All right. Well, back here again, talking a little bit about development and using sport as development. And this is RSM 308. And we are just talked about condition one, which learning the basics of sport and using that as a means to the most basic development and learning how to play a sport. And then the second condition was building off of that into learning not only the sport, but then also getting into the idea of learning about teamwork and sportsmanship and some of those little bit deeper meanings that come out of sport and a little bit deeper developments that happen in sport. And so mentioned last time, a lot of times we're looking at objective based programming, and we said objectives come from three learning domains: cognitive, psychomotor, and affective. And so you're looking across, psychomotor, learning the skills of the activity; cognitive, learning the rules and being able to verbalize how to do things within the sport; and then the last part is affective, and learning how to and the feelings, emotions that come out of it, like sportsmanship, like teamwork. Okay, so the last condition, and these all come from the National Federation of High School Sports. This is condition three, which again contains those first two, but then we add in life skills such as honesty, integrity, respect, responsibility, good judgment. And one of the keys that golf oftentimes relies on, if you have any golfers out there, it's all about, and you can see it right behind you or in the video or slide, learning about life, honesty, integrity, courtesy, respect. Those are the things that golf teaches. That golf is one of the rare sports that you're governed by each of the participants. And so they really harp on honesty and integrity. One of our alums or from several years ago, Dustin Johnson, watched him in one of the big, was it the U.S. Open? Basically had the U.S. Open won and accidentally, didn't put his club down in a, he thought it was a ground under repair, it was a rough, and that cost him, a stroke. Well, he had to go and he actually went in and reported that and showed really good integrity to do so. But that's what golf is driven by. And so this, this first T program, one of the things that it tries to do is, it puts in interventions embedded in the program to teach these skills. And there's a lot of other programs that do this, but golf does a really good job with it, and it's really ingrained in the sport. And that leads us into kind of one of the other things that we oftentimes talk about when we talk about sport and what sport helps teach people, and that's character. And one of the articles I want you to read is about a Doty article that talks about, does sport build character or does it just reveal what your character is? And so what is character? There's different definitions for what character is. Character is an interdimension or interdimensions of a person in which the processes of moral action becomes one's behavior. So it becomes so ingrained that these moral actions that they become your behavior. It's also looked upon as an internal state that guides decisions and actions while defining qualities that make up a person's nature. The last one by Doty, who wrote the article that we'll have you read, is character is how a person acts when no one is looking. Are you going to, how do you act when somebody else isn't looking at you? Okay, you're not under the scrutiny of, a bunch of eyes. Are you going to do what's right? That's the big question about character. Okay? And so all three, viable definitions of character. Okay? But the idea is kind of it's these internal processes that guide your behavior and your decision making that help to kind of define who you are. A character model, a character is a construct. So a construct is based upon it's a term that has a lot of variables that feed into it. And this character model says really there's respect and integrity that lead into character. And respect and integrity, it says latent trait. Well, latent trait basically means that it's a hidden trait, but it comes out at times, okay, and governs the behavior of individuals, okay. And so respect is basically regard for fundamental worth and dignity of every human being. So it's regarded for fundamental worth and dignity of every human being. So treating people with respect, we're treating them with worth and dignity, right? That's basically what we're talking about. And do we do that with all people? Okay. Integrity. Integrity is doing what is right in word and deed. Doing what is right in word and deed. It's basically a sense of duty, what an individual is supposed to be doing. Okay. Sounds very sense of duty, doing what is supposed to be, the person is supposed to be doing. That sounds like the military, and it's really, that's one of the things that the military will teach you is duty. Do what you're supposed to do. In this case, doing what is right. Okay. So these two ideas, respect, integrity, build into character and help determine what our character is. Character in sport, there's Bredmeyer and Shields came out and said, well, might be more to character than just integrity and respect. There might be compassion and caring for other people. There might be there's an element of fairness in following the rules and guidelines that are there. Sportsmanship and being not only following rules but also looking out for your opponent. And we talked about competition and cooperation. We'll hit some more of that here in the next day or so. But key element of sportsmanship. And then that idea of integrity. Okay, doing what you're supposed to. Duty, right? Possession of these qualities or virtues brings about consistent moral action in sport. Okay, and it's consistent moral action. Are we doing what we're expected to and supposed to do? Are we doing what's right in sport? Okay, and can we build that character? Is there a way that we can teach compassion? Is there a way that we can teach fairness? Is there a way that we can teach sportsmanship as well as integrity, in helping to build integrity in individuals? And development of sport, that's what we should be trying to do in our young people. That's what we say we do. That's what we say the NCAA says all the time that they do. They build the leaders for tomorrow, right? Well, how are they measuring that? Is that part of character? Okay. And that's what we have to look at is how are we going to measure these items so that we can show that and be accountable, as well as validate that we are actually doing these things. But kind of the purpose of what we're doing. Okay, not just looking at the physical skills, because most of you worked in sport and coached sport and helped young people below you to get the skills. Now we need to go to that next step in looking at character, looking at building up that resiliency that we talked about. Okay? Looking at it as a means to develop the full individual and not just the sports side of the individual. Okay? So that'll end this part with looking at development, particularly of the individual, and using sport as a means to develop that individual. So we'll be moving on and talking some about the health side of it, and building and developing kind of the healthy side and healthy living, and some of the good side that we look at it with sport. And then also we'll look at some of the other aspects of whether it's with competition and cooperation as well. So we'll stop